Waiting for Maria Elena all the way in Greece. Good morning, everybody. Here in Montreal. Early morning. Hi, Copella.
How are you
I'm
doing?
good. I'm sipping on my coffee. It's early here.
Oh, wow. Well, I just finished my afternoon coffee
You're good? You're
after
good?
lunch. Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. How's your little guy?
Well, he's coughing. I've got them both inside. They're playing now. Hopefully he won't run out here and ask me for something. Let's hope.
It's okay. It's understandable. It's mom life, my
Yeah,
mom life. We'll wait for a few
of
others
course.
to join and then we'll get
Yep.
started. You hear me okay?
Nice.
You hear me okay?
Perfect. How about
Okay,
me?
perfect, perfect.
Good,
All
good, good.
right, awesome. So everyone's joining in. Yasas, I guess to all those Greek over there, it's what? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
It's 4 o'clock. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm just getting my ingredients all the way to the other side of the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
I know it's one of those days. We're wrapping it up and then it's the start of the week.
Exactly, exactly. I can't wait for Monday. Actually, I'm happy when it's Monday because everything just starts, getting back into.
Yeah, they go off to school. You're like, bye-bye. It's all good. I know it's the joys of motherhood and the challenges of motherhood. So this is
That's
why
it.
this topic will be very good for moms that are watching and just in general, people all together.
Definitely.
So we'll get started. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Maria Crokos. I'm a certified health coach here in Montreal. And I help people establish and start a health journey by creating healthy habits and primarily having people understand how food plays an important role in their lives, how food could be medicine, teaching you all about clean eating, ingredients, why all those things matter to maintain and live a healthy life. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce Maria Elena Terzi, who is from Greek Mama Chef. And I'll throw it to you if you want to just tell everyone a little bit about yourself who's watching.
Well, I am a food blogger. The name Greek Mama Chef comes from, the mothers being chefs of their home. So I'm not a real chef, but I consider myself to be a chef of my home because I cook all day, every day, which can be a bit tiring sometimes. That's why meal planning is helpful and it saves me a lot of time. Yeah, I just love to cook. I love to take pictures. I love to create recipes, share them with my followers, and
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty much
we're all chefs in our kitchen, I think, too. I consider
That's
myself
it.
a chef as well. But
That's it. That's it.
the topic, and I know there would be a lot of Greeks that are probably joining from Greece right now on the thing. So if you want to chime in and maybe translate for them as well, if they're not understanding the English language, feel free, Maria Elena, if you want to say a little Greek here or there to help out.
Okay.
But this topic of meal planning is it's a huge step in creating healthy habits in your home and actually incorporating healthy eating. The truth is we're always, on the fly trying to answer the $1,000,000 question, what's for dinner? Not just what's for dinner, but what's for breakfast, what's for lunch, what's for snacking. It's all these things that we're being bombarded by. And this process of meal planning, if you can master it and incorporate it into your daily habits, can really solve that question very easily because it's the time factor that we're losing here. And everyone thinks meal planning is time consuming, but it's not. So it's one of those things to do that, in my opinion, if you can master it, it's going to save you time in the end. Not just time, but money as well. You're going to avoid food waste and you're going to be eating much healthier at home. So what we're going to do today is Maria Elena is going to give us a beautiful recipe that you can incorporate into your breakfast, lunch, or dinner, wherever you want to plug it, because it literally hits the nail on all those three meals. And it's simple, easy, and completely nutritious. So I'm gonna let her explain what the process of getting this meal together. And then we're gonna also just dive in a little bit more on how to meal plan correctly as we go, as we cook and talk this early morning.
Yep.
So go ahead, on the floor.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to cut out a little bit, but I'll just duck down.
Okay.
I'm making, it's basically a vegetable omelette, I guess. In English, that's what you would call it. But with fresh ingredients, some feta cheese, and homemade marinara sauce, which my mother-in-law makes, and I'm very lucky to have it. It's delicious. She makes it every summer. We store it for the whole winter. We use it throughout the winter in lots of recipes. The process is very simple. I've got some onion here as well, chopped up onion, which I am going to fry a little bit in some extra virgin olive oil.
Perfect.
Let me just put some in here.
Perfect.
There
I'm
we
going
go.
to do it alongside you as well. So I love cooking alongside you know, bloggers that are out there. I love that stuff. So this is good. So,
Nice.
yes, olive oil, good old olive oil in our pan. Go ahead.
That's it.
So you have white onion, dried white onion. I actually chopped up some fresh onion because I didn't have any white dry onion, but onions are onions.
That's all right.
And we love onions.
Anything will do.
Okay, perfect. So
Great.
obviously we're making strapatsada, is how we say it in Greek.
Strapatsada. No, that's what it's called in Greek.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult for somebody, an English speaker, to say it because it's got a lot of, strapatsada.
I know.
But that's why I went for omelette.
Yeah. It's like not a direct interpretation of the word, but it's actually a good way of saying, strapatsada instead. Yes. So I'm going to put into start natatiganizo, like siga the onions? Put the onions in?
Yes. So we've got the onions. We're going to put the peppers inside as well. As soon as the onion starts getting, starts going, we add in the red peppers.
Okay.
So you can put them in together. It's fun.
Yeah. I even chopped a little fresh tomato because I don't have homemade tomato sauce right now on hand. So
you can use fresh tomato as well, of course, and it gives a different texture as well if you've got like the pieces of tomato in there, which is good.
Perfect. So this is why I love this recipe, because you're obviously incorporating fresh vegetables. That could be seasonal. You could really play around with this and kind of design it your own way, whatever is in your fridge. So part of meal planning is taking stock of what you have already and trying to utilize it when you're developing your recipes for that week. Very important, because otherwise, otherwise they're all going to go to waste. Like if you're, how many times have we thrown out like lettuce and things that have went bad because we didn't get a chance to making meals. So this is why planning your meals and Sunday, or even taking the weekend, whether it's Saturday or Sunday, sitting down and writing out what your meals will look like for the week.
That's it.
Very important. So selecting your recipes, like the how-to to meal planning would be selecting your recipes first, and then shopping for those ingredients by taking stock of what you have and then going to the supermarket clearly and being able to, pick up what it is that you need to create these recipes for the week. And then prepping. Prepping is the part that everybody, poo-poos, because that's the part where you have to clean, chop, and whatever you can do in advance over the weekend where we have more time, you're going to set yourself up for the week for success. So looking good there, Marialena.
Yes. And it's starting to smell really nice as well. I love peppers.
Yeah, well, peppers also,
and the smell of onion is just amazing.
It's fantastic. I love that too. Onions, they should bottle it, and I would wear it as a perfume, I swear to God.
So yeah, this is probably going to take about 5 to 10 minutes for the peppers to start getting soft. So
Mariana, talk to me, because I know that you tried doing meal planning.
I did.
And how did you find it? What were your successes or failures in it? What were your struggles?
Okay, well, so I tried this beginning of November, actually end of October, beginning of November. I said that I'm going to start meal planning because I had started to put on weight because I had been snacking on wrong things. So I said, why don't I meal plan and have like a menu for the week Not actually for the whole week, for the 5 days, Monday to Friday, that school week.
That's right.
So I got myself some protein like chicken, mince. I made a plan. So like on Monday, I'd have chicken, Tuesday, some fish, and Wednesday, some beef patties, some burgers. I went and bought the right amount that I needed for my family. So not too much, not too little, exactly what I needed. The vegetables that I was going to use for salad, for roasted vegetables, for my sides, my side dishes. And I also had some brown rice and quinoa. Quinoa?
Quinoa.
I don't know how to pronounce
Quinoa.
it. Quinoa. That's it. So I actually took one day, which was a Sunday, and I started prepping everything. I boiled my quinoa. I boiled my veggies. I grilled some of my vegetables as well. I prepared the meats that either I had prepared it on Sunday or it was ready to cook on the day, which it actually, it saved me so much time instead of like running around the kitchen, you know, like a headless chicken,
Right. Yeah.
thinking, oh, what am I going to do? Oh my God, my kids are hungry. I had it all in the fridge. Everything was ready. Perfect. It just worked out fine. And I didn't have to like run to the supermarket to get something that I forgot because I had it all planned out, which is perfect and time saving and money saving, as you said. The struggles
Is repeating
are
it
that
weekly.
it's the repeating it because, you know, the kids will be sick one week, they'll be fine the next. I'll be sick, I'll get out of my program. I have to find a way, and that's what I wanted to ask you: how to stick to it? What are the tricks, you know, to sticking to it, because it's hard.
It is hard, and there's times you're gonna not do it for the week, and that's okay. See, being on a health journey isn't a rigid plan where it's this or that. Okay, you have to allow yourself room for flexibility and for stuff happening, because that's life, right? Whether it's a sickness, you're sick,
you can't predict everything. That's
none
it.
of that. So you have to be open to that idea that there's going to be moments where you're going to have your challenges. But my biggest thing that if you could do, and it's the tip for success, is writing it down. Okay, writing down your meal planning, actually sitting down and writing down and looking at your week. And I'm all for leftovers, people, too, so we can avoid one day of not being in the kitchen and catching that break. Okay, you don't have to create a meal every day and a brand new one, unless that's how your house rolls. And if you have the ability and power to do it, by all means. But I'm a leftover. I have love for leftovers, and I've trained my family to accept leftovers, whether we're repeating it for lunch or dinner. But the key to success in meal planning is writing it down. When you write it down, you're going to sit down and you're going to journal it out, whether it's on paper or on your computer,
on my phone or anywhere,
whatever. And you're going to look at your Monday through Friday. You're going to look at the days that you're going to have more time to maybe make a little bit more of a time consuming meal, or the days that you have to just on a whim put together something quickly and be ready for that. And then you're going to have your ingredient list as well, that you're going to go to the market, whether it's on the weekend or that Monday, to have the ingredients that you need to create these meals. Because like you said, you're going to come into the kitchen after a long days of whatever, everyone's hungry, you're hungry, and then it's trying to figure it out. And if you're also not good at the kitchen, you're probably good in the kitchen. It's, you could whip up a good meal. Not everybody has that talent, and they're struggling. And the problem is then you're going to find yourself eating foods that are convenient. You're going to be eating food. You're going to be either eating out more, eating things out of packaged, processed. And that is where the weight and that is the problem that we're facing as a society. The truth is, 80% of us are not even eating the right amount of fruits and vegetables in our diet. But if you can actually structure and write down what you need to create your meals for the week, you will hit those goals. You will hit the number of fruits and vegetables that you should be eating, and avoid the convenience. So you gotta
so writing it down.
Sit down and write it down, and I guarantee you'll have more success, because you're going to be more prone to following your meal planning schedule. Write it down, and maybe even showing the children what the meal. A lot of parents have like boards on the wall because your kids,
Fridge.
yeah, on the fridge, and you can tell them this is what we're eating on this day of the week, and you can even involve them. And if you have older children, get them to food prep as well. It's part of the collection of teaching children what nutrition looks like.
Exactly. True. Good point. Good point.
So that
Nice.
That would be what I would suggest. And what works, if it's up here, Maria Elena, it's not gonna stick. You're gonna win.
No, it doesn't. I forget my name sometimes.
Honey, that's not good.
I'll be like, what's going on? Because I've got so many things in here that you can't, sometimes you just black out.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's normal, especially when like you have 1,000,001 things
Motherhood.
coming at you with children.
I know.
They suck us dry,
Exactly.
but we live for them at the same time, and we want to provide for them good, healthy meals and teaching them variety too. Because I find also some of the struggles some of my clients have been the issue with repeating the same meal over and over because, oh, that's all he eats. Well, when you don't have time and your knee-jerk reaction is to whip up the same thing over and over because you don't want the hassle of like him rejecting it. Well, if you haven't created meals to create the variety for him or her to see different foods, they're going to have difficulty in expanding their world of fruits and vegetables and other types of dishes. So really important. Really important because it's all
what I do as well, like if I will have a leftover food, let's say chicken or whatever it is, if I'm going to have it, because I'm also I don't like food wasting food.
Well, that's
so
a great thing, I think
that's
all
it.
We're raised, to eat everything off our plate and don't waste
exactly.
food.
And the next day, like you'll have the chicken that's left over, but you can put it in a salad. You can create it differently, so like you won't be serving the same food again. You can add it in like a nice tortilla wrap or with a nice sauce or something else. And it makes it, it makes it different, a different taste. And in that way, you don't throw away food, which is very important.
It is very important. And it's teaching kids like to value food and be thankful for food and grateful. It's those principles. And I think when we're raised from Greek families where, Yayam Papu like didn't have much to eat, you really appreciate what's on your plate, every little thing. So you don't want to just throw it in the garbage. Or, for me, it's like when I get across a rotten apple or pear, I get upset. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get to it. So this is where meal planning can help really balance out so that you're not overbuying things and things that you're not getting to. And then you have food waste there. So really important for sure. So, I have to say it's one of the things that, most people I find struggle with, and the majority of us are not meal planning. And this is where we're running into eating poorly. Sadly. What are you going to do?
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
The new year is starting, and with new year come new goals, new,
resolutions. That's it.
And people are always like, oh, dieting. And I'm like, no, forget the diet trends. If you're going to eat well and single whole food ingredients while you're creating simple meals at home, you won't have to worry about calories and diet restrictions. It's not going to, you're doomed to fail if you think that way. That's the reality.
You should know this as well, but in Greece we say pan metron ariston. You know what that means?
Not
everything with a limit. Like you can have a bit of everything. You should be having a bit of everything.
Correct.
Not, and it's good for you, for your health, for everything.
Right. Everything in moderation.
In moderation. That's it.
What I would say. Yeah. And I believe in the 80-20 principle rule, which is like 80% of the time, if you're eating well and healthy, then you have room for the 20% of the time to eat the pizza and the whatever, that.
Exactly. Of course, you're not going to stop eating pizza or stop eating
or pasta or chocolate or ice.
No way, I can't say no to chocolate.
Yes, exactly.
But it's the frequency in which you eat it. Like if you have a good, healthy, balanced diet, then you won't crave for so much chocolate. Like your body just gets used to getting sugars from fruits,
That's right.
not from artificial sweeteners and chocolates and what have you that's out there.
I mean, yeah.
So you get get your body into it.
Exactly. It's all about that. And this is where, understanding what's in our food and where our food comes from is also really key as well. That's what I try to educate on my platform, because ingredients really do matter. And I'm all for, I have, there's a no list for me too on certain foods that I'm like, no, never, won't go there. But the 20%, yeah, I'm having the sugar, I'm having it, I'm letting my body enjoy without guilt. We don't want to, it shouldn't be like, oh God, should I eat that cookie? If you're thinking like that, that's very unhealthy as well. And
it's unhealthy. That's right.
Not good for your body.
And the guilt afterwards, you're like, oh, I ate it. Oh my God, and then you don't eat for the rest of the day, which is worse. You can't do that to yourself.
Correct. You definitely don't want to do that. It's unhealthy to actually have that mindset. So it's allowing room for everything. But again, the bad stuff in moderation, and, have fun with all the good stuff that you could eat, unlimited wise, because I don't sit there and restrict, eating when I know I'm eating whole foods. Like, eat as much as you want, but again, it's also incorporating other aspects of also wellness, which is like moving your body and, living,
definitely. It's not only about the food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It goes hand in hand.
For sure.
It's all,
That's it.
Wellness isn't just one thing. It's not just food on your plate. It's a combination of a lot of factors. So,
that's it. I agree.
How are your piperias going?
Well, I have put in the sauce, the marinara.
You put the salsa?
Yes, the salsa, and I've actually closed it so that it can cook faster, so they can soften up.
Okay.
I put a lid on it. But peppers, I don't mind them being a bit crunchy either. Like,
I like them
it's a
crunchy myself. I don't like.
Yeah, it's a vegetable that it doesn't need to get too soft.
Yeah. I don't like my food nyanya. They sometimes overcook the food, and it's
they overboil things, and then you can't even pick them up with a fork.
Yeah. It's like food for people with like no teeth. I'm like.
That's it. Oh my God. Yeah, especially vegetables. Am I right that you should not boil them, and that all you shouldn't boil them too much, or is that a myth?
No, it's not a myth. In fact, you shouldn't overboil where your broccoli turns yellow on you, and all the water is green. Listen, raw food is great, but it's also not for everybody. It's hard to digest sometimes raw. So if you're someone who has gut issues or bloating, it's better to actually have your vegetables cooked. But not overcooking to the point where you've destroyed the food in itself. So yes, it's true. Somewhere in the middle. I don't mind boiling. Steaming can be good as well. Sauteing, roasting, any which way. Just get it in. However you like it, and however you want to jazz it up with whatever seasonings and herbs and whatever however.
Yep. Seasonings help as well.
Of course.
Definitely.
Of course. And when you grow up Greek, you obviously have a lot of like herbs and, fresh herbs in our diet.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I'm a big promoter of the Mediterranean diet as a way of living because it's all encompassing. It's not just, specific to one, restrictive group. It's everything. So this is why I love it. And you got it. You got it there. You're in Greece. Is that your little guy?
Very lucky. No.
Oh.
My stepdaughter just called me.
Oh, okay.
And I just hung up on her.
Oh, okay. You flushed her. You're like, I'm busy.
So I'm going to season a little bit with some salt and some oregano.
Okay.
I've got like freshly got nice rock salt here.
So again, when it comes to like meal planning, just choose recipes that your family loves, that is going to be most time efficient for you if you don't have that time. Nowadays with social media and all people like yourself online sharing recipes, like there's so much that you can do.
There's so much out there.
It's like overload on info, but you can, if there's something you're like, oh, I always wanted to try that, plug that in and add that to your schedule of your weekly meals. Cook things you want to eat, and create that variety, or what's in season and fresh at the supermarket also is key to integrate. And, just use your Sundays as your meal prepping day, because you have more time, let's say, to just chop things, pre-wash things. So this way you're coming home on that Tuesday and you're just whipping it out and putting it together. Not hard.
That's it. Not
for
hard at
sure.
all, and time saving, and it's especially if you have like a little kid, like a toddler, it's like on your knees saying, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," and then you just get into the fridge, you take it all out, and it's all ready. And as you said, there are so many
Exactly.
ideas out there. If somebody says that I don't know what to cook, uh, that's you can't say that anymore. There is so much
No,
out there. Literally.
no. I
That's
mean,
it.
people aren't buying cookbooks anymore. They're just going online and researching recipes. So
Exploring recipes. That's it.
it's so simple. So yes, there are no excuses. And again, the myth that people think, oh, meal planning takes time, that's wrong.
No,
Winging
it
it
doesn't.
takes time.
It took me like the first time I did it, like to clean my salads, cut the salads, boil the veggies, grill the veggies, the quinoa, the brown rice that I had, because I was doing it like all at the same time. I think it took me an hour and a half,
Wow.
but it was a creative hour and a half. It was just in my kitchen, blah blah blah. I cleaned it up, and then when I sat down and I said, you know, I am done for the next at least 4 days. I'm okay. I don't have to do anything.
Correct.
So I have more free time for myself as well, which is much needed for mothers. Much needed.
Yes.
But you get that extra hour. You get that hour for yourself, because if we're not staying here, we're going to be, our kids are going to be, you know,
Very true.
driving us crazy.
Absolutely. 100% there. Self-care and self-love back to us, because otherwise we're the backbone, right, to the household. We crumble, the house is crumbling. Or as I say, go find your father and figure it out.
That's it. That's it. You know, go to your dad. And then they're like, oh, what am I doing?
and they're like, what? What's for dinner? Oh, you know, we're just going to order a pizza.
That's what it comes
and that's okay. You know, part of meal planning is also adding in, you know, the night out that you're going to go out to eat, or the takeout, or maybe going to your mother-in-law's, or you know, grandma's, whatever it is. You're going to factor that in. So just create it and spell it out and see it in front of you, and you will stick to it. It's developing those little baby steps and habits for, you know, good overall health. And
it's funny how you say it, because because I'm a food blogger and I have lots of recipes that I have to show to everyone. I also feel like, because I told you that the struggles were getting the meal planning going on a roll, I had the same problem with planning my recipes. So I actually did get a board, like here.
That's perfect.
So like I have my board, which has what I'm going to do on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Friday, what have you. So I can do exactly the same thing for meal planning. It didn't cross my mind. It didn't cross my mind. And you said it, and it just
And you
clicked.
know what's really great? Again, you know, for the children, for those of us that have children, because I do believe we need to teach our children. They're not learning it at school. You know, what they're learning is, you know, it's all about McDonald's and packaged foods, because that's what our society has accepted. And that's the shit that drives me bananas as a health.
And that's what they promote. They promote all that crap.
It's the marketing. They're getting to our children, and they think this is normal. And I'm like, kids, this is not normal. What we're eating is normal and healthy. And we need, as mothers, to be the health advocates for our children. And that is what I try to empower on my platform, to teach people, you know, the power of food. And if the mom can master it, she's going to trickle it down to her children. If mom's like checked out and, you know, is eating bad herself, well, what do you expect? The children are going to follow suit. Children nowadays, too, what's really disturbing for me personally, when I see the statistics that there's high evidence now of obesity and overweight, you know, hitting children very young. And
there's a high level.
Diabetes, very young. Children are being medicated for diabetes and heart issues because of weight. And why? Because they're eating packaged, processed foods. And plus also, let's not forget, we're not moving our bodies the way we used to. We're in the day and age of technology where children are sitting in front of gadgets and they're not out playing and running the way they should be. And then you had COVID on top of that to just keep everybody home and eating also.
That was the cherry on top.
You know, it just really has destroyed that fundamental principle of being out and playing and, you know, just everything. So, and mom being overwhelmed, working from home, doing everything, you know, kids home all the time. So what was she doing? She's like, I'm not cooking anymore. I'm going to order in. So people were just, you know, putting on weight during this pandemic. And then, as we know, who's dying from the pandemic? people that have a lot, the majority that have
underlying problems,
chronic issues.
that's it.
So it's all connected. It's never been a better time, I think, that COVID has exposed the importance of good health and eating well, and teaching them from very young what it should look like. So yes, if you can get a little meal calendar planner in front of them, so you could say like, "Oh, ti deftera ta fame fakes," you know, or we're going to eat, you know, fasolada on this day, and we're going to have fish on this day, and we're going to have, you know, a meat on this day. That's what I try to do. I try to balance, to incorporate a complete nutrient-dense meal in front of them using protein.
That's it.
And carbs, and changing it up, like a different vegetable, a salad, a different way I'm going to present.
Different soups, different,
exactly.
Yeah, of course.
And then they start seeing it, and their mind becomes expansive, and it's a really beautiful connection that they start to appreciate. And then, you know, you have room for the fun foods, I call it. You know, when you know that they've eaten well, it's definitely okay for me to be like, you know, enjoy this. You know, so it's so important to see it. And this is the stuff that I do when I go into the supermarkets. I try to show people what's in the food they're buying, because there's a lot of marketing that's being done to us, like from the cereals to this, that, and it's mind-blowing for me. I'm like, how are we eating this and giving, you know, this type of food to our children?
Because they're telling us the wrong thing about it.
Well,
they're telling us
it's up to us, though, Maria Elena, to educate and inform myself. And that is what I am trying to do as a health coach. Go out there and shake you up and be like, open your eyes and understand what is happening, and go back to the basics of the way our yayades and our papudes used to eat in the villages. This is why they're living, or they live to be like 90 with very, very little problems. Nowadays, we're popping pills. We're becoming a pill society. Oh, you got a little cholesterol, pop a pill. You know, the doctor is sitting down teaching you nutrition. You know, it's terrible. It's
it is
a sad state of affairs, and this is why there's people like myself doing what we're doing, and other people trying to make noise so that people start.
Well, thank goodness people like you, because you actually, from the conversation we had, from what my son puts in his milk. Remember that conversation we had?
Yes.
From what he puts in?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't touched it. He has not touched it. And I actually threw it away.
Awesome.
And I told him, I'm like, this and this will happen. And he's like, oh, okay. And he has not asked for it at all.
Look at that. Well, I'm so glad. You know, this is
because he understands.
So what I do is I go into people's houses and I'll open up the pantry and I'll read everything you have, and I'll make you understand. It's not food shaming here. It is, it is food awareness is what I do. And I'll show you, okay, this is what you're eating. Let me show you what's in it. Let me help you understand and break it down why this is not good for you. And over time, you continuously, you know, consuming these things it will lead to potentially problems with your health. So, we do the best we can. I think my guests are ready. I'm just jazzing up because all I'm doing is talking.
That's okay. Look, I'm cracking my eggs. I've got 4 eggs here.
Okay.
So I'm going to crack them into a bowl and give them a bit of a mix before I put them into the pan.
So you put it on, you scramble them and put them in. I've seen it where they've cracked the avoine just as is on top.
There. I scramble it in. You can do it any way that you prefer.
Okay. So I will, 4 eggs, you said?
Yep, I've got 4 eggs for this quantity. Like it's perfect. Just for like 2 people, maybe 3. Depends.
Well, I'm a party of 5 in this house, but that's the thing. You have a big family too, like you.
Yeah, well,
I've so much more food. You know, it never stops. It's great.
Look, do you know what? Look, my stepkids, it's actually my stepson's birthday today, and he's turning 17.
Oh, happy birthday!
So thank you. And when they come to the house, because they come and go now that they're older, my stepson's 17, my stepdaughter's 21. When we're all together, it's amazing. And in the kitchen, you know, it's a huge mess, but it's one of those happy messes, you know. And now we've got the little ones at home 24/7, the 2 boys. And it's always a, you know, we're always cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
Well, listen, I grew up with a family of 4 siblings too, so it was always loud and noise. And now I have 3, you know, and tomorrow, obviously, the family will expand with boyfriends and girlfriends and what have yous. But
yes, we already have those.
yeah, but food is so beautiful because it's what connects us together.
It does.
It's so, and this
It
is
does.
why for me, it's like, I don't know, you know, for some women, they get excited by shoes and purses. I get excited by vegetables and fruits. Like, call me weird, but that's just how I roll.
I get excited about feeding my kids. I want to feed them. That makes me happy.
Yeah, it's the nurturing side of us. That's it, as moms.
That's it.
So,
Exactly. So I have put up the heat a little bit, like to a medium,
okay.
and I'm going to put the eggs inside.
I too get
And
lucky with a little homemade oregano from my Peteros village in Greece.
Oh, nice. I have some
But you got
oregano.
You got this in your backyard or your family's backyard.
I got chicken. These eggs are from my father-in-law's chickens. Yes.
That's hilarious.
We got our chickens, and we actually named them as well. Like, they've got names. It's incredible.
That's hilarious.
But it's so nice. We've got vegetables. Even these peppers are from my father-in-law's garden as well.
Wow.
We've got peppers, onions, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower,
You are so lucky.
everything. It's amazing. We're very lucky.
You're very lucky because in Canada, obviously, given the way it's so cold here, we don't get any of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame.
So I kind of just leave them open. I'm making it that way because I know my daughter loves to eat her eggs like that. So I'm making it
Nice.
for her.
I'm scrambling it up. I'm making it like scrambled. So, oh my gosh, it smells amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's so beautiful. So eggs, you know, anything with eggs, because it's a complete protein, it's like literally eating chicken or meat. And I'm a vegetarian, so eggs are big in my diet. I don't eat them daily, but I do love eggs like once or twice a week.
I love eggs.
Eggs are phenomenal. Like, what a great go-to meal, like that you can whip up with veggies and whatever you have in your fridge. You know,
so many different ways. That's it.
exactly.
Oh, this smells. Oh, goodness. I think I'm going to eat it all by myself. I'm not sharing this with anyone.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I have to show it. I have to show what it looks like. Oop. There we go. See?
Amazing. Amazing.
And now, on top of this, which is ready, if I have to, yep, it's got a bit of juices there from the peppers. I am going to crumble some feta cheese that I had left over from lunch today. So we had cut some feta cheese with some olive oil on top.
Okay.
And the leftovers are going to go in here. Well, not all of this. It's actually quite a lot.
Yeah, so
I'm probably just going to use like...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to crumble it on top. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's it. Oh, my goodness. I've got my early dinner ready.
Yeah, well, I haven't served, they had like a little easy breakfast this morning, so this will be like a brunch right now for us.
Yes.
So
nice.
Timing was perfect.
Amazing. Okay, I'm rinsing my hand off.
So I'll ask if anyone has any questions that's on the live, if anyone wants to belt out any questions to us before we come to a close here. I'm not sure.
Okay. I am putting this in my plate straight away. I have to try this. And I always, after every meal, like when I love to drizzle a bit of olive oil on top. Perfect. Just a drizzle, because it's so nice. It's better eaten raw, obviously, than cooked.
Yes,
always.
But we could cook in it. Most people think that you can't cook or
no, of course you can.
Fry in olive oil, but yes, you can. Especially when you have good quality olive oil, you're completely safe there. It's complete myth that you can't do that. And I know I've done like an olive oil live on that, so not true.
Nice. Well, we've got olive oil trees. We've got olive trees too. So this is our olive oil.
You got everything.
That's thank God, I swear. I am so going to pop this here. Hang on. I've been moving you guys here, there, and everywhere in my kitchen. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So show us your final product. Looks amazing.
I will. Hang on, because the split screen is cutting me off. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, beautiful. Amazing. Amazing. Mine's still cooking, but...
Oh, pepper. I don't eat too much pepper.
Oh, you don't?
I'm not going to put the pepper on there. Usually you put pepper on there, and you can put some sweet paprika as well, which goes really well, or some paprika too. Depends on what you like.
Exactly. So give us
my God.
test and...
I'll do the taste test now. It smells amazing.
That's awesome. Orixi kali orixi, as they say, I guess. Delicious? Perfect.
Amazing.
Well, there you have it, everybody. This is Marialena Terzi's Strapatsada, or Greek omelette. If you can post your recipe, I don't know if you have it already on your feed, if you could post it for everybody to see it.
I don't think I have it, actually.
You should. Take a photo of it and post it. And tag me while you're at it, because I might want to take your recipe and put it on my post for my viewers too, so that they can see it. It's a great, easy way to create a, amazing, nutritious, balanced meal for your family, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, like we said. And hopefully everyone's enjoyed the content around meal planning and the how-to, and just sitting at home and writing it down. Today is Sunday here, so if you have a meal plan, start today. What a better day? Why not? It's the day that I actually think about, my meals. So get it going, everybody. Let's all, get on the same page with our health journey and, incorporating good, healthy habits, especially now that we're going into the new year. We want to, go out real strong. Exactly. And be flexible with yourself, not rigid, love yourself and give yourself some wiggle room. If you fall off, just get back on, is what I have to say. I thank you for your time. Agapimut, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
All the information. Thank you so much for the guidance.
You're welcome.
And for this topic.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you again soon for more topics.
Absolutely. And I want to thank, shout out to greekcitytimes, who is promoting and sponsoring us as well on this. So I appreciate their platform as well. And that's it. Till the next episode of Together in the Kitchen. All my best. Have a wonderful day, Marialena. Take care, everybody. Bye. Bye.